Alright everyone, welcome back to Florida Racing in the NHRA. We are here at the Texas Motoplex. And we've got our cars sitting nice and pretty here. We got a new paint scheme on board, new colors, and I gotta say the car looks pretty sharp, all things considered. So taking a look at what we got going on in the garage. As you can see, we got all of our parts on board. We are slowly getting those extra stars to help us out with performance. So that's kind of helping us out. Taking a look at what we got going on in here. We're going to take out some downforce, a little bit in the rear, but we're taking out some downforce here just to see if that will help us out with some top speed, because obviously with we don't want a whole lot of drag if we don't have to. So we'll see how that works. Also, I have to remember, yes, we'll save that for right now. I have to remember how to do this here, so this is going to be interesting. So let's go to start the race and let's see if we can get our test pass in here, and hopefully I remember how to shift and everything. It's been a few weeks since I have actually done this. For you it should be just another week, but it's been a little while. So we're back with the NHRA. I gotta say, the overall graphic presentation looks really good. Still a lot on board that could have been done much better, though.
Don't forget, kids, we've got junior dragster racing at every sanctioned NHRA drag strip.
Exactly.
Kids from the age of 5 to
Alright, starting our engine here. There we go. Go into first gear and we start rolling forward, and of course we hit the wall.
That's it for this race, unfortunately. A lane violation has brought an early end to the proceedings.
Also, we got some off color there in the front of the nose, so we'll have to look at that. Tires might need a little help, but we're good other than that. Alright, there we go. So the main thing that I was looking for is I was trying to remember how I did all the shifting. So luckily, got that in my memory bank now. We gotta roll up and then we gotta hit X to be able to get ready to go here. We're going to save our chutes here. No need to deploy them, as we can come to a stop pretty easily using our brakes slightly. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we really got to get some better time somehow. I'm not sure how we're not doing that, but we've got to work on that. Alrighty, morning time, 69 degrees currently out there. And we've got our car a little bit adjusted. We're going to see if that makes any difference. I kind of doubt it will, but we're going to try nonetheless and see what we can do here. Alright, looks like we have a little bit of damage to the engine and stuff, but hopefully we don't have any issues. Yeah, so we kind of messed up on the tire traction again, but we were starting to get a little swirly, and I wasn't really wanting to deal with that if I didn't have to. Alright, foot on the brake. There we go, and a little bit of an early shift one there. And we just keep getting pulled away from 150 degrees, so not super warm, but we got the tires cleaned off anyways. Rolling up to the line, rolling up to the line. Ooh, we are really close to that, guys. Sweet. Alright, we actually had a pretty close contest there. That was actually sweet. Ooh, yeah, we actually knocked off quite a bit of time there, so Very, very nice. So we did improve.
This is what we love to see.
Definitely want to watch this particular one here.
Let's see what the next round will bring.
Well, this was actually pretty close, and I thought it would be because of aerodynamics versus the truck's aerodynamics. That was probably the fastest our car has felt in a while. So watch this here. Getting our Dodge Challenger lined up. And off we go. And you see how close it is. He starts just creeping away from us, unfortunately, there at the end. But that was a much closer race than we have had previously. And there you see chutes actually deploy. Very nice. But yeah, that was much better than previous. Alright, back out. Evening is coming. We got about 75 degrees on the track here. Get this thing started back up. Hit that first gear here. There we go. Nice warm up with the tires there. So did a much better job. Slowly approach the line.
If you thought the last round was exciting, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Slow on the takeoff.
And that's a win for the driver.
Yep, so we shaved off a few seconds.
Stay tuned for more exciting NHRA.
But we still have not done that much, unfortunately. Pretty close, though. Right, this is the final qualification. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to have to do some repairs on our cars a little bit later on, if we make it to tomorrow. A little bit on the cold tire side, but should be able to make it work. Definitely working at a disadvantage speed-wise, so we gotta really work on getting a little bit better. Right, good takeoff speed there. Yeah, but he's driving away from us there. We had good response time, though.
Just don't see a race that good every day, folks.
We almost had you. Better than some of the other ones. Oh yeah, so there we go. Much better time. But yeah, he had just had the better top speed at the end there. So we got to work on getting our car to be there top speed-wise. That's where we're really lacking is takeoff speed and otherwise. So that's what we got to work on. Alright, and amazingly, based off of qualifying time, we actually made it into the show, which I can't tell you how happy we are. So we're going to be working on some swapping some parts here. Swap that, swap that. Could we swap this? Go ahead and got everything swapped over, so we got everything pretty well taken care of there. Alright, let's head. Who we got, who we going up against here, bracket-wise? We're going up against Irvin Pierce is who we're going up in the first round. So, can we make it to quarter round? I doubt it, but we're going to try anyways. Yeah, we lost to this guy already, so unless he blows up suddenly, I don't think we're doing much of anything. So, early morning first round here. Got all the fans in the stands. Pretty crowded. Nice. Good to see for the venue how many fans are out here. 151 degrees, not the best, but for the morning, not too bad. Rolling up, rolling up.
It's the first round of racing here in this event, and we've got a doozy for you.
That's pretty cool over there. And locked in. And we're going to get beat pretty soundly here.
Unplay wins. That's it for today's event, folks. From everyone here at the NHRA, get home safe, and we'll see you next time for another incredible weekend of high-octane racing.
Love how that guy's talking to our team. Yeah, we're gonna be. But we were. That's a lot closer than we have been. So speed. That's where we got to work on stuff. So we actually made it into the first round of the show. But yeah, as he said, it's time to pack up everything. Sponsor's going to be happy that we actually made it to race day, though, so that's going to help us out with that relationship. But yeah, we got to work on getting our car to actually make it to some other round than just the first one. But hey, consistently being in the show, that is a huge improvement compared to what we were doing. We got the beautiful American flag streaming in the background. That looks beautiful. Yeah, you just see he just rockets right around us no matter what we do. We can get a really good start, but yeah, we just totally get demolished on the top end, unfortunately. Yep, so we got to work on that. There you see, Bubba John is your winner. Alright, back at the shop here, you can see all of our parts right there. We got our inventory, we got our tuning, we got our R&D. And so, let's see here. We don't have a whole ton of money that we can really work with. So, we're going to try and go with some of the cheaper stuff. Let's see, get some more grip. That would help. We could also use some more aerodynamics, definitely top speed. Since this one seems to be the cheapest, we're going to go with getting ourselves some grip, because apparently we're losing money per race, so that's not good. So we got some grip coming in, hopefully. Let me see. Yeah, there's not much we can do. We're losing money at the moment, so we got to get to the next event and hopefully make our sponsors happy. We got paid out a little bit, but we ended up like losing 9,000 because of all the pots that broke. So yeah, we gotta work on stuff here. Friday test pass. Alrighty, Z-Max Dragway, we are here. And we're right back behind the grandstands there. You can see all the fans already there. So this time what we're going to do, since we're losing so much money, we're actually going to skip here. And that's going to take us to the next pass. We're going to skip into... Well, I was going to take one, but apparently we're going to go straight to qualification. That works. We need to save some money, so that's why we did that decision there, because we've been losing on parts, so we kind of need to save a little bit of moolah. So we're going to go to qualification 1 of 4. So this is home of the full wide, which is pretty neat. But yeah, look at all these fans, absolutely insane looking. How many people are out here? That is cool. Alrighty, roll on forward. There's tires. So a little bit on the cool side because we didn't catch it, because we were trying to catch the car here. Just a little bit. Car was trying to do some fun stuff. Right, let's get it up there. Woo! Jerky. Yeah, so we ended up crossing the center line there. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, so disqualified there, but yeah, the car was swirly. So we definitely want to watch this particular. See, what camera on what? Burnout cam, pre-staging cam, countdown cam, race cam, finish cam, in cam. We're gonna go with this right here. Here we go. This will show us what our car does down the way, but you're gonna watch our car. It's gonna jerk really, really bad. Yeah, you see, it jerked over to the side. Yeah, that was like a bump there too.
Unfortunately for these two, neither driver managed to cross the finish line.
Yep, so that's pretty crazy there. Alright, the car's definitely swirly here. Not sure what all that's about.
Wondering if we'd see this matchup, and sure enough, here we are with both. We've got a loss of grip with the car in the right lane.
Alright, there we go. We actually got a lap in.
Amazing performance on the track this round.
Alrighty, actually got qualifying time in. Not sure how good or bad it is, but we'll find out here. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
The NHRA and the World Drag Race
So not what we wanted there either. Yeah, so we weren't getting any temperature whatsoever in there.
If you thought the last round was exciting, you ain't
How
seen
did I roll
nothing
through
yet.
the lights? Oh, that's wacky. Alright, well, on the brake this time, 100%. There better be no possibility of me rolling through here.
This next contest. What do these two drivers have in store?
Alright, that was probably the closest we've ever seen between another car here.
NHRA, I want to thank you for joining us for this weekend's event. Drive home safe, and we hope to see you again the next time the NHRA Camping World
Not sure if that's going to help us out any. Yeah, we had about the same time, so I don't think we're going to qualify our way in, unfortunately.
The finals are still to come, so stick around.
One of our best burnouts, though, to actually get that warmed up, so that was decent. Yeah, see, we're able to jump him, but we just can't stay in front of him no matter how much we try. Also, I love how I'm sitting so high in the seat. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, so, not one of our better days, unfortunately. Yep, just outside, so we did not qualify, so we go home. Luckily, we didn't have to work on as many of our parts, so that kind of helps us out just a tad. So hopefully, yeah, we actually made a profit this week. Sweet. We needed that. Alright, so amazingly, we actually made a decent profit from that week, 6,000. We need a lot more to be getting made, but we will definitely take that. So we're going to go to the store here, and what we're looking for is any other pot options. Everything's kind of outrageously priced here. So we could upgrade to a more balanced engine, which might help. Could definitely use some more torque. Let's see, we got the best of the best gearbox. We got best of the best aspiration at the moment. Best of the best aerodynamics. We got the best of the best parachutes, so that's helping us with coming down. We got our decent tires. We could go to a slightly grippier tire, though, which that could really help. So that's going to be 1,000. So we're going to go ahead and purchase that there. And we're going to go ahead and spend the moolah on a better engine here, I think. Gonna be close to debt, but we're gonna do it nonetheless. Alrighty, so we need the... Here's my inventory. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to equip the pot. And equip the pot. And then we're going to go back to the store and we're going to sell off these same pots and hopefully be a little bit closer to not being out of money. And luckily we are. Okay, good. Alright, so now we've upgraded everything that we can. We're working on research and development. So hopefully that will get us a better performance for next week, which will be week 7. So we'll see you guys there, as hopefully we continue to get this team somewhere better performance-wise. So we've done all the upgrades, but we're just not quite getting where we need to be consistently. So we need to work on that. So anyways, that's it for us, guys. Florida racing in the NHRA. It's a slow build, but we're working on it. So we'll have to see what else we can do. But anyways, guys, that's it for us today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys here next time. Bye-bye.